According to his own biography, David Watson Houston, commonly referred to as DW, moved to the Kansas Territory in early March 1858 and then on into Garnett. He built a small log cabin as a temporary home on 4th Street, and in June of 1858 he built a much larger home next door on the corner of 4th and Walnut Streets. This second home, now known as the Garnett House Hotel, is thought to be the only surviving antebellum structure in the town of Garnett. Colonel Houston and his family did not live in the Garnett house, as his wife Mary Agnes felt the upper floor swayed in the wind. So between 1859 and 1910, the building had several manager-owners, and it was used in a variety of ways. In 1910, Colonel Houston and his daughter Grace returned to the home, and he died there in 1915. In the early 1950s, the building became the doctor office of Dr. Robert Stevens and his wife. They treated patients in the old hotel up until the early 2000s. There had not been any claims of paranormal activity until the building was purchased by Elite Paranormal of Kansas City in late 2016. Since the purchase, there have been claims of a child laughing in the lab, hearing voices, hearing footsteps upstairs, and the sound of water splashing. Also, in the doll room, it has been claimed that the dolls are pushed off the ledges where they are sitting. We investigated the Garnett house on October 7, 2018. It was a stormy night with rainfall of just over 2 inches during our investigation. The temperature stayed in the low 60s throughout the night. While the hotel was free of trash and debris, it was obvious the building had not been maintained for many years. It was as you would expect, peeling plaster, warped floorboards, with a smell of mold throughout the building. Initially, it was very difficult to investigate. The pounding rain, thunder, and lightning made capturing any audio nearly impossible, and we were not having any personal experiences. That started to change as it got later into our investigation. During our live feed, followers commented that they saw an orb on camera. We did not see this at the time. However, on replay of our static night vision camera, we caught not only what the viewers saw, but also 3 light anomalies that occurred several minutes before. These clips have been slowed down so you can clearly see. It is also claimed that the attic is very active. John Warren, a servant for the Houston family, lived in the attic space. In 1864, he was taken from the attic and hanged when he confessed to the brutal murder of local woman Adeline Duran. Due to the pounding rain, we were not able to capture any audio. However, our static night vision camera did capture 2 light anomalies. Here is one of them. We did have one personal experience that was also caught on audio. It was nearly 3 a.m. and we were entering the building after taking a short break. Just as I put my hand on the doorknob, the voice of what we thought to be a man was clearly heard by myself and another investigator. While we could not make out what was being said, it was clear a conversation was taking place. We did capture the voice, which turned out to be female, on the audio that was running inside at the time. We had a second personal experience about 4:30 in the morning. We were doing an EVP session talking about how the owners were remodeling the place so that others could come visit. We clearly heard a woman respond to our questions, although we couldn't make out what she was saying. It was captured on audio. Is the Garnett House Hotel haunted? While we can debunk the footsteps as just sounds of the building, the water splashing, we heard it running between the walls due to the rain, and even the falling dolls. They were perched on very small door frames and fell every time we walked by. We have no explanation for the voices we caught on audio. There were no living people out on the street that night due to the weather, and the voices were so clear they can't be mistaken for the sound of the rain. We believe there is someone still lingering at the hotel. Who it is, we can't say. but it's worth the trip to check it out for yourself.